Hi, I'm Wayne Allyn Root for PersonalLiberty.com. You know, my father, David Root, was a blue-collar butcher, but he was wise beyond his economic status in life. His wisdom of 40 years ago is still timely and points to the reasons for our economic crisis and decline today. An incident from a few days ago sums up everything wrong with the U.S. economy under Barack Obama. Last Tuesday, April 2nd, voters across America went to the polls for local elections. My wife, Deborah, was one of those voters. She drove to the polling place in her Cadillac Escalade, a big car that's necessary to drive our brood of 4 homeschool kids and often their friends to lessons, hobbies, and sports, as well as for lugging groceries and supplies for a family of 6, as well as for lugging around my clients. As Deborah got out of the car, another pulled up and parked next to her, a small car. The driver got out, looked at her, and in an angry, mean-spirited, bitter way commented, "What a big, expensive car. You must be here to vote Republican." With that, he sneered, turned his back, and walked inside the polling place. This little comment sums up everything wrong with America and the U.S. economy under Obama. This president has damaged the American dream, perhaps beyond repair. This president has created a bitterly divided society, a nation filled with anger, hate, rage, jealousy, and envy. That man at the polling place never bothered to ask how hard my wife and I have worked for the past 22 years of marriage to afford that big car. He didn't ask how many hours I put in. He didn't ask how much money I've risked to build my businesses. And the answer is my entire life savings again and again were at risk in each of my businesses. How many jobs I've created, how many lives and success I have created with my success. It never occurred to that guy to ask if the auto workers at Cadillac are happy that I'm willing to spend money to buy a Cadillac Escalade. 40 years ago, my butcher father taught me lessons about wealth that led to my extraordinary success in this great country. He said, and I quote, "Son, I'd love to hate rich people, but no one poor has ever given me a job. Wiser words have never been spoken." Not only had a rich man given my dad his first job, but a rich man had invested the money for my dad to open his first butcher store. And it was rich customers who walked in the store to buy all his high-quality, expensive meat. It was rich customers who supported our family and paid our bills. It was all those rich customers who enabled my father to buy a home and pay a mortgage every month. And as he pointed out, it was those same rich customers who would someday write a letter of recommendation when his son, that's me, applied for acceptance at Columbia University. My dad was right about all of it. We lived the American dream. My dad went from minimum wage butcher to butcher store owner. I graduated valedictorian in my class, got those letters of recommendation from rich customers of my father's, and graduated from Columbia University, class of '83, alongside my classmate, Barack Obama. As a kid, holding my dad's hand when an expensive car drove by, he made a point to say, "Son, that will be you someday." That's what started it all. Every step of the way, my father taught me that people earn their wealth and deserve their success. He told me to be inspired by seeing wealthy people, their big homes, their big cars. Study them, model them, and outwork them. And if you do all that, son, one day you can become one of them. In America, the greatest country in the world. David Root was right. Today, that same blue-collar father looks at that same car and says to his son, "Look at that expensive car. He doesn't deserve that. Who did he take advantage of to get it? I'll bet he's a greedy Republican and not paying his fair share." That change in attitude explains why the U.S. economy is in decline and why the jobs numbers continue to unravel. It explains why 90 million working-age Americans are out of the workforce. It explains why things are getting worse, not better. Capitalism is what made America great. You can only create more jobs by creating more opportunity, by supporting entrepreneurship, by rewarding entrepreneurship, by creating more rich people, not by tearing them down, overwhelming them with taxes and regulations, or asking government to redistribute their money. Obama's philosophy is a massive failure and a great big jobs killer. The facts are in. Thank you, Dad, for your wisdom. I couldn't have done it without you. And to that gentleman at the polls, I give the same advice. You can't hate, you can't demonize, you can't punish, you can't want to bring others down. It doesn't help your success. The only thing you should be worried about is you and your family. You've got to focus on success. You can't waste your time, distract yourself by focusing on bringing others down. It doesn't work, it won't bring your income up, and it won't create one single job. As a matter of fact, as the numbers prove again and again with Obama as president, it will kill jobs. It will lead to your unemployment. I'm Wayne Allyn Root for Personal Liberty and PersonalLiberty.com. See you back here next week, same time, same place. God bless capitalism and God bless America.